Hey everybody, welcome back to Superman Crypto. Your host Superman in the house, and man, another Zen update. Zen's been on an absolute ripper, and of course, price been rocketing across the board. So we're going to talk about where Zen's at. Obviously, coming up this Monday is the expected launch of Zen Knights, the Bitcoin inscriptions. And of course, if you haven't seen my previous overview video, I've just done on Bitcoin's inscriptions. Zen Knights looking very excited, and I understand. I think they're in the 300,000 range, maybe even slightly lower in terms of the early inscriptions. So it's going to be pretty awesome too. That's going to add a bit of extra value now that inscriptions are over 1.1 million in terms of the inscription numbers. And so I think that's going to add a bit more extra value. The artwork is, I think, really, really cool. And of course, our community a member has developed that, which is pretty awesome. By XEN Knight, and of course, awesome stuff there. So it's going to expect to launch on Monday, last for 72 hours. This auction, there's going to be 100 of these Bitcoin ordinals or inscriptions, and of course, this is going to sort of represent about 6 months or so of Zen being out in the market. So it's kind of cool like that too. So you're going to have to bid Zen to win one of the 100 Zen Knight Bitcoin ordinals with unique artwork by X Knight there on Twitter. And of course, winners are determined by the maximum total amount supplied by bids associated with a Taproot address. So you will need a Bitcoin address there as well, particularly Taproot. I think that's a BC1. And you can see the artwork's looking pretty tremendous. This is just a couple of the snapshots, 1 out of 10. So it's pretty cool. You can see that that's pretty neat on there. So it's, look at them all. Pretty awesome. That's just the top 10 there as well. But obviously, they have others there too. So some pretty cool artwork. It's going to be interesting to see what these go for in total. Could be a huge burn. We will see. And of course, we've already got massive burn going through DBZen and of course Zen NFTs. Imagine what will this do to the liquid supply of Zen at the moment, which has got a lot of low Zen coming out this week ahead. So it's going to be fun to see that. We're going to get into all those details, so stay tuned. So that's pretty cool. That's coming up on Monday. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course, you need Zen to burn. Yeah, I love the artwork. I think it's going to be pretty popular. We're going to see what that is. Let me know in the comments what you think the total amount of Zen burn for these 100 Zen Knights are going to be worth. Let me know in the chat there. I really get keen in there. Yeah, who knows? We'll see how close you get. All right, Jack Levin, of course, been posting a lot of updates. Woke up earlier 11 hours ago. Good chart to wake up to. Zen, of course, powering up into the mid 5,500s. Pretty powerful. We're going to look at that too. Then he says also, when you ignore pumps and dumps, you're in crypto. That's one way of looking at it. We've also 3 hours ago, he says, he talked about the ecosystem expanding. And of course, that's beautiful. I just learned that there is a First Principles community project coming up. It's going to warm your heart. More on this later as details get polished. It's going to burn Zen, obviously, and give people something in return. First Principles, as always. So super bullish on that. And I think that's going to just amplify the burn roadmap with the ecosystem just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Remember, Zen, it's kind of that medium exchange, and you got all these projects building on top of it in the ecosystem, which burn Zen, generally speaking. So really bullish, another one on the list. So looking cool. What else have we got going there? Interesting Zen, 3 hours ago. Interesting Zen is a crypto project that benefits most people who bring it into being, not the buy and sell swing traders. Reminds me of Bitcoin. So it was pretty nice from him as well. Loves his memes, good old Jack does. And of course, just found this meme, and it's called You Said VCs Will Be a Privileged Group. This is Fair Crypto. So obviously, as I put it out in the video yesterday, the X1 chain is going to be for the community. So I like that. And people will be able to get it with a fair crypto on that one. So that's pretty much it from Jack there. And of course, Jack was on Crypto Kindness yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, it's got a lot of cool people on there, Senzu and others. Definitely check that out. Crypto Bra, it's pretty neat. All right, let's jump over to Joe Blau. I haven't been on Joe Blau before. Joe Blau has posted the link to the Certec audit. And Joe Blau is bringing a major DApp to the market, the FENIX DApp, which is kind of like a version of a HEX contract, but of its own, its own tokenomics. Will expire in 30 days. So that's got the audit that is up and running at the moment, which is pretty cool. There's also the light paper as well. Might do a separate video on that. So that is FENIX coming up. But the audit is out, I believe. I think I've got that set up. Have I? No, I haven't. I haven't got that set up. But that is, oh, yes, I have. There it is there. So it looks like the audit's coming in here, the final audit. And looks like that there's no critical issues yet, nothing. No major issues, nothing. And there was one medium issue, but it was resolved. So it looks like this is getting very close, folks, and this could be a massive burner. And of course, that would bring us to number 4 of the major projects burning Zen. Pretty big. And of course, optimization's 1, and it's been resolved. Information 6.6, that's been resolved as well. Looking very, very cool. And of course, unrelated to the underlying Zen contract, looking very cool. Recommendations: we recommend the client constantly monitor the third parties to mitigate any side effects that may occur when unexpected changes are introduced. In addition, we recommend the out-of-scope dependencies are fully vetted to ensure that they function as intended. So very, very nice there. I think that's kind of it from the audit. I'll leave the link to that in the video description if you want to check out that audit as well. But that is pretty cool. So it looks like FENIX is coming down the line, and that's going to be awesome. Awesome. So look forward to that coming up. All right, so that is that. Let's get into the Zen price. Zen has rocketed, of course, continuing to rise. Liquidity is going to be definitely an issue, but we'll talk more about that when we get up to the total supply numbers. We can see that yesterday we had a great day in the office. We started the price off at 4459, and we closed the price. We had the high of 5784. Can you believe it? Really awesome. So really breaking through some new levels there. And we just had a retrace this in the last couple of hours. You can see the red candle there. We actually popped below. We went to 4965. We're back at 5025. So awesome. So if you look on the hourly, you can see sort of that trajectory running up there and getting a really high, almost 5,800, and just getting profit taking in the last, say, half a day or so, just under half a day. So that is the markets there at the moment. Let's go to the daily. Daily up 11.4%. Can't say too much about that. Last 6 hours down 9%. We had 518 trades in the Zen wrapped ETH pair, the top pair there, with $2.2 million liquidity. Isn't that amazing? Used to have hundreds of thousands. Now it's got millions. It's pretty awesome. Buy volume 2 million and sell volume 1.7. So 57%, 53% is still buy volume. So that's really bullish. And we're in the millions in the trading volumes, which is awesome on both sides, which is pretty cool. So bullish on that one. That is Zen. Let's get into the dashboard and have a look at the supply numbers of Zen. Now, this has been floating below 8.7 trillion, just popped back over 8.7 at the moment, but it has been under 8.7, 8.6, 8, something like that. It's been pretty cool. Now, staking has gone up as well, so that's bullish. I've been talking about I want staking to go up as a general trend. It has been going up over time, but it's nice to see it take another step. It was pretty similar, flat or in a little range about 4 days. It's just jumped up here, so it's gone up another, I don't know, what's that, 40-50 billion staked in there, and that's great to see that. I like that. The liquid is down at 8706, but has been slightly lower. Remember, we're coming into the weekend. We've got these 2 bigger candles this weekend, but then next week it's all low candles. We're going to go and talk about that in a second. Let's scroll down to this total supply numbers. So the numbers that came in today, we had this is the 15th, remember. There's 113 billion burned, so another good day in the office compared to the day before on the 14th of 81. So actually increased dramatically today. So what's that, 82? So that's 2018. So what's that, 31 billion increase today of the burn. Nice. The staked is up 34 billion. Yesterday it was up only 8. So really improvement numbers today. And the new liquidity down 17.6. Which is pretty cool. So nice negatives on that. We like that, heading in the right direction. Now the total Zen liquid is now 60.46%. We're getting close to that 60%. Pretty bullish. And of course, if you look at the burns, 26.13% at 3.7, heading towards 4 trillion is the burns. Awesome. And we've got Zen Knights launching on Monday, running for 3 days. And then we've got FENIX, looks like it's had a final audit, so that's got to be pretty close too. So it's going to be very, very fun. Now, the stakes are sitting at 11%, and the penalties where people are not even minting theirs in is still at 2.38%. So that's pretty much it. Looking at the trends, we go all. You can see the trends here. The burns are definitely parabolic here, and the stakes are going up, in a reasonable fashion. It's kind of more linear at the moment, but it was sort of parabolic for a while. And that's looking pretty good. And of course, the penalties are just ticking away. They're at about 2.4%, which is pretty cool on that. So all the sinks, supply sinks, these are supply sinks, these 3 here, and this is the liquid supply, which are what we're really looking at there. Just the lower it goes, there's the tendency to put more upward price pressure as people try to get Zen as they can. Now, where can I get their Zen, right? Well, in the short term, they can get the Zen from stakes that come out if they're lucky enough to have them come out, depending on what they're going to do with them, of course. because you're getting 8%, 18% yield on that. Or, of course, they can mint them if they're lucky enough to have mints come out at the moment, or they can buy them on the market, and that's where you get the buy pressure in particular. So it's kind of cool. So let's go look at the mints, where they're coming out. They're going to have a look at the next 30 days. We can see, so the day we just had, I believe, had 108 billion just come out. So that's going to be claimed over the period of time. So that's kind of highish day. But generally, we're hoping to have slightly lower GWAI as well. We might check that out. So coming in the week ahead, though, really low mints. So we've got Zen Mints Zen Knights on Monday, possibly FENIX later on. Who knows? When we'll get an update on that. Now the audit seems to have gone through with flying colors. Then we've got really low mints: 50 billion, 40, 41, 40, 46, and then on Friday 44. Super low mints. That's only 160. That's about 210 billion over the next 5 days. That's pretty low given the way the burning's going at the moment. So yeah, a lot of upward price pressure, and potentially one, if not two protocols launching. Definitely one that's been locked in. So on addition to DBZN and Zen NFT, so pretty bullish. So yeah, pretty fun. So what does that mean for the price? Well, its probability is up, but we probably have some consolidation. And just remember that obviously as the price goes up, some people may sell into that if they've got stakes coming due, or whether they've got mints and decide, instead of going into one of the protocols, they decide to sell it down the market. So it's not all up, but it's definitely looking more probable up than not. So pretty exciting. Maybe we might get into the sevens, the 7,000 range is kind of where we might head there. All right, so kind of cool, not financial advice, of course. So that is pretty cool. The other thing of Zen Turbo is that they've got new dashboards, Zen NFT dashboard and DBZN dashboard, so you can find all the information on here now, which is pretty cool. Not just the Zen dashboard and so forth. And they've broken up the NFTs quite a bit there too, so looking good on old Zen Turbo. Let's have a quick look at the new mints in the last 24 hours. Have been spectacular. A surprising big jump there. So we're gonna have a look at that, see what they're still holding up, because they were pretty good yesterday. I saw amazing new mints. So people, following the price, right? Price is the biggest thing in crypto, and that's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at this. Unbelievable, folks. This is telling us that 115,717 new increases in Zen mints over the last 24 hours. That's incredible. We haven't seen that for a long time. Last time I checked. So pretty bullish on that. It's taking a little while to hold up there, but look at that. Wow. So that's pretty incredible. The FOMO is real, as we say. The FOMO is real. All right, pretty cool. Now you can see the Zen NFT dashboard is here as well, so you can break into that. You can see that all the mints and the claims and everything else that's going on in Zen NFT. You can see the X unicorns are all taken, 100 of those. It gives you the floor price as well on the OpenSea type of trading, and of course so forth. So these are actually now competing. So originally I expected these to get burned with Zen, but of course now Zen's competing, right? So a lot of these projects competing for Zen because you got DBZN, you got Zen FTs here competing for Zen. We got the Zen Knights on Monday competing for Zen. So you can consider the demand side and competition amongst protocols is really big. And then of course you got FENIX coming up later on, which is pretty neat too. So cool. We like that. It's kind of neat. And then of course we've got the DBZN dashboard, which is new also, and it's got really good summary here: current progress, mining cycle, staked amount of Zen, all that sort of stuff. So it's really cool. Cumulative burn as well of Zen, of DBZN, which is pretty awesome, and the XEN protocol. So there's lots of cool data here now on here, which is pretty cool. You don't even need, in some ways, you've got different sources for data, which is pretty cool. Let's go to the DXN price. We can see the DXN is at 68.51. Had a good day yesterday, got all the way up to $75, which is pretty nice, down 2.84% on the 24-hour. How about 380 buy trades versus 188 sells on this particular pair? There's just over $670,000 liquidity, and the buying volume pretty nice still. 51% sell at 957K versus 950 buy. So pretty good though. A nice little bullish move yesterday. Got all the way up to $75. I like that. So cool. All right, looking good though as well. But what else we got in here? Let's have a look at the current auction. The auction results. You guys know I love to look at this. And yesterday we ended up with 96 billion. So it actually increased from 78 up to the 14th there on 96. Today at the moment, what is that at the day? It's currently at 15.3. So let's just do a refresh on this because it's been a little bit since I have done that. We've got 10 hours and 20 minutes to go, and we're up at 17.4 billion Zen at the moment. So we definitely got that uplift that we were looking for the weekend. So it's going to be interesting to see what today comes in as well. The fact that we've got that 108 billion being minted over potentially the day. People stagger into that as they've got them coming due over a day. So we'll see how that goes too. It's not even necessarily with the claiming, but definitely cool. Right, so that's kind of cool on that. Let's jump over to the leaderboard in the current cycle. We've got certainly the leaderboard here, just 2.5 billion, which normally they get up to 10 billion or more. So it's just early days yet at the moment. So looking pretty lucrative though. What's that, 27,000 and currently worth 96,000 just on the DXN. So we'll see as more people come in to try and get some of that nice sweet reward there. All right, so that is cool on the DBZN. Let's go to the homepage at the moment for today's cycle. There's 9,531 DXN in the pool today. Remember, it goes down by 0.2% a day. It does get harder to get DXN from the market. So that's an issue too that you have to think about. Let's go to XEN. XEN burns DXN, which is cool, makes DXN more, makes this more deflationary. So there's a major burn in there. You can see the price of XEN has boomed as well. Remember, after Jack said that they're possibly looking at a DXN burn. So a DXN burn of this as well. So not only is XEN burning, but DXN being burning for the X1 chain to get the XN token. And of course, that's expected to launch before in 2023, before the X1 chain launches next year. So that's the current expectation, subject to Jack, of course. But that's kind of cool. And of course, we had a nice little rally into that. So that news, which is pretty bullish. This down 2.6% on 24 hours at the moment, but doing pretty well there. We've got 135K liquidity, 267 buys, 64% of the trades are buys, with 242K just slightly ahead of the sellers and the buying. So that's kind of cool there. Yesterday got all the way up to almost 8,000 here on this one with 6 zeros in front. So pretty good move yesterday. Just some profit taking in today, but still holding up pretty well, as you can see over the last couple of days. So that's doing pretty well. And of course, you can go to the Zen dashboard on the XEN dashboard on zen.pub. And you can see that almost 12% of the DXN supply has been burned so far. But that could accelerate for DXN as people go to later on in the year, go to burn that for X1 XN chain. Now, obviously, to XEN Mars, to get XEN Mars, you got to burn for a Zen token. For every one that you burn, you get 100 million XEN tokens. So that's pretty crazy stuff. We've got a leaderboard though too, and of course gives you this week, last week, etc. So you can see some people have burned a decent amount of a DXN, and you can see their minted XEN there. So pretty impressive. Got last week. It's not updating. I thought this was updating already. It's not updating now. Sorry about that. My bad. But that is some of the highlights there. Are up to 80 minutes in the live stream, so I try to keep it to under 20 minutes, and that's pretty cool. So as you can see, what we got coming up ahead, we've got the Zen Knights expected Monday, run for 72 hours. Looks like we're going to have FENIX coming up. That's going to be pretty cool. And what else? We've got a lot more coming down the pipeline. Obviously, next is going to happen later on the year. The XN token and some more projects apparently coming to market, which are going to all burn Zen. So very exciting for this. We're currently at 5,029 on Zen. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's recorded show, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Definitely share around and leave your comments about how much Zen you think is going to burn for the Zen Knights over 72 hours. It's going to be crazy for these top 100. All right, take care. Bye for now.